how small it is. It's much smaller than a GoPro Hero. I mean, really, G-Boy 185's in the house. Thanks for showing up tonight. FSU Grad 03 had to put some twins to bed. There you go. It's small. I mean, it's really small. Lucio, welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. I mean, that's the first thing that got to me today is how small it is. Drive by, welcome. So, I'm serious. I can't get over how small it is. Now, there have been lots of stuff going on about the specs, what it is. It's waterproof up to 50 meters. There's no case needed for the waterproofing. There's all kind of things. We'll find out tomorrow. I mean, that's the thing that I try to emphasize right now, because, we're seeing pictures. We see this leaked video, which was a treat. But, we don't really know 100% what all the specs are. I mean, you got to see you got to peek into it when some of the settings are and everything. But, when we find out what all the specs are tomorrow, that's going to be the proof of the pudding. Yeah, Jeanette. Yeah. Well, the GoPro, you're right. And I've seen the GoPro Hero 7 in person. I know my friend Ron Brown had it. And, it just seems bigger than the Osmo Action. I don't know. But I think, one of the things that I think is going to be key here, well, there's two things that are going to be key. Okay. Joe, all right. You're going to be ordering it tomorrow. Two things are going to be key here. How DJI prices it, number one, that's going to be crucial for this. Okay. This is going to be an amazing mount on my Osmo Mobile. Yeah, you're right, G-Boy 185. How they price this, and if what they have over the Hero 7, okay? I saw something about that, Cliff. I'm not 100% sure. There's been talk about different sensors, and they said Sony, and they said some other ones, and I'm not sure. So we're going to find out tomorrow. The two things for me is the price. And what do they have that the GoPro Hero 7 doesn't have? Okay, because DJI doesn't like to be number two. They want to be number one. And if they're coming into this market, which is totally dominated by GoPro, okay, they got to come out. I want to buy it so you can strap it to your Hubsan Zeno. I like that, Marcus. That's fantastic. Yeah, they have to come out of the gate with something that is really going to grab attention here. I mean, granted, this is the first leak that we saw in some of the videos and everything, it's very hard to tell. I know there's going to be leaked videos out, or videos coming out about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning from, hundreds of people that have been given the camera to preview. I know Droning On, Ash, is going to have some out there, so you definitely want to go check those out. Think Rick Smith from Joan Valley, I think he's going to have one, so you're going to definitely check these videos out. And this is one of the things, there's going to be a lot of us out there that are going to go, and we're going to take our mouse and we're going to click and we're going to get it sight unseen. And there's going to be a lot of us out there that want to wait, kick back, and see and watch some of these. So, I'm just, I don't, my word for you guys is this: watch some videos first before you click that button. Make sure that this is something that you'll use, because I know I've heard a lot of people got a GoPro Hero 7 and it sits and they don't use it. It's an action cam. Okay. It's meant to be used outside. It's meant to be used, walking and, all different kind of things, but it's meant as an action cam. That's what this is, and I think I can't emphasize that enough, because if you thinking, it's probably going to be good for vlogging as well. I know, there's been some talk already about this compared to the Osmo Pocket. and what's a better vlogging camera. And I know some people, right away they'll say, well, the Osmo Pocket, you got to get all these accessories for it. For example, you have to attach that, have the attachment at the bottom to get decent sound from that, to have a mic or some kind of an adapter for that. So I mean, and this looks like maybe out of the gate, it's gonna do well. So we'll see. And tune into the presentation tomorrow. Tune in also tomorrow. Art Code Drone Solutions. Welcome, Art. Art's in the house. Thanks for joining tonight. Be sure to tune in at 12 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Mr. Bill Thomas from Drone Therapy, Mr. Ron Brown from Ron Brown and Xeno Nation, and yours truly are going to be holding a recap of the presentation, the release, and we're going to talk about the Action Cam. We're going to go over the specs. We're also going to go over the pricing, and we're going to, share our thoughts. Now, it's going to be good because Ron has a GoPro Hero 7. Bill has a Osmo Pocket, and I think it's going to be, these are going to be some good perspectives here. I think this will be something that will be good. So, I don't know. Now, as far as pricing is concerned, that's going to be very interesting because if you have seen anything today, tariff price, yes, I did, Harry. I did see that. That's what I was just leading into that. Okay. There was a tariff price hike on the smart controller today. They raised it $100. And I think the Ronin S increased in price as well too. And this is due to the tariff with China. So, hopefully China can get its act in gear and, end these restrictions and all that kind of stuff. This isn't political, guys. It's free trade between the countries, and let's not, I don't want to even get into that here. So, but yeah, this is, let's hope the tariff doesn't affect this. There were rumors last year that the Mavic 2 series was delayed. Remember, it was supposed to be in July, and they postponed it till August. There was heavy rumors where it was because of the tariff. Well, it ended up being more like it was the Anafi, everybody was saying. So, so that's where we're going from that. So, but tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern time, catch Bill Thomas, catch Ron Brown, and myself. We're going to go over things. We're going to go over the specs. We're going to go over pricing, and we're going to give our thoughts and reactions to this. And like I said, there's going to be impulse buyers. People are going to buy this right away. And there's going to be buyers that are going to sit back and want to see some videos. They're going to want to see what the color looks like. They're going to want to see what it looks like in different environments, what it looks like underwater, and that's what people are going to do it. Now, I'm expecting a reasonable price for this, because if they went ahead and priced it, above what a GoPro Hero 7 is, okay, it's going to be a hard sell. Number one, you don't want to do it. You want to price this right. You want to make it so it's attractive, and like I said, also too, to have that extra feature or features that aren't in a GoPro Hero 7. So we're going to find out everything we've wanted to know about the Osmo Action tomorrow, probably about 9:15, 9:30. I mean, I don't expect this to be a long, drawn out kind of a thing. Okay. As far as getting, having some, it's not going to be a presentation like it was with the Mavic 2, where it lasted probably about 45 minutes to an hour. It's going to be a lot less than that. So, and it's going to be web-based. And I don't know what to expect, but be tuning in at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Go out to DJI.com. That's exactly what I'm going to say. Okay. We're gonna be hearing about the Action Cam for weeks and weeks to come. My good friend Original Dobo, he put out a video. He thinks it's a GoPro Hero 7 killer. He may know some things we don't. I don't know. He put out good videos. So will it be on DJI on YouTube? Yeah, I think so, Floyd. I think the best spot to watch is to go out to DJI.com, and I think that there'll be a link out there. If they post a link tonight or early tomorrow morning, I'll get it out on Bill the Drone Reviewer on the Facebook page and groups, so you guys can definitely click on the link and check it out. So, you know, I don't, you know, again, I'm pretty sure that's how they've done this before. Well, DJI Spark 2. Bill Thomas and I have been talking about this like nobody's business. Like, yes, they are coming out with a Spark 2. And yes, I've heard from my inside sources that they're coming out with a Spark 2. Bill heard as well. So, oh, you're welcome, Floyd. So lo and behold, DroneDJ, hey Kestelou, he puts out an article yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys. Hang on a second here. Okay, DJI Spark 2 rumors and specs. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this article here. Well, all the rumors about the Phantom 5 being canceled, the Phantom 4 out of production, and DJI's scheduled product release of what is rumored not to be a drone, people are wondering if we can still expect a new drone from DJI. Well, we have some good news for you. The Chinese drone maker is about to release the DJI Spark 2. The drone is expected to feature some important upgrades compared to the original Spark that was launched way back in 2017. And leaked information from DJI insiders tells us that the Spark 2 will be released as soon as July. Keep reading on to learn more about the rumored specs of the Spark 2. DJI Spark 2 rumors and specs. It's been very quiet for a long time now when it to the DJI Spark. I mean, DJI released a firmware update back in December of 2017 and released the DJI Spark Brown last summer, but otherwise there really hasn't been any news around this little drone. The DJI Spark is a favorite drone for many drone enthusiasts as it is easy to take with you and fun to fly, especially in sports mode. You can read or review the original DJI Spark here. The original Spark has some connectivity issues, and we fully expect DJI to improve this yet to be released Spark 2. However, we do not expect the Spark 2 to receive OcuSync 2.0. Here are the specs and other improvements we expect for the DJI Spark 2. 4K video at 30 frames per second, increased video bit rate, an improved 3-axis gimbal, active track 2.0, 2x digital zoom, increased flight time, 18 minutes instead of 16 minutes for the old Spark. New battery design, not compatible with the old one. Same official range, but with new antenna design and a new remote controller with improved tech for better connection. No OcuSync 2.0, however. It will come in two colors, black and white. The Spark 2 will offer a new panorama mode. You can compare these specs with our wish list for the Spark 2 we wrote back in early 2018. Expect the DJI Spark to be as much fun to fly as the old Spark, but with higher quality photo and video capabilities and without the connectivity issues that plagued the original Spark, while keeping the same form factor and portability. We do not yet know how the new Spark 2 will be priced, but expect it to come in at the same or similar level the original Spark, $499. And then he talks about, what do you think of the original Spark 2? Okay. You know, and what's real interesting here, David Ma, welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. So, you know, it's about time. You know, they have needed to tweak the Spark, okay? And this is what this is. This isn't a total overhaul. This is a tweak, and this is something that both Bill Thomas and I have been talking about this, because I think one of the things that DJI needed to do, they needed to improve it, but what they needed to do here was not, you know, do it so, you know, we're going crazy with adding stuff to it because the price goes up. You can see from what I've read here, this is tweaking it, okay? And 2 more minutes of runtime, a better controller, a better connection, you know, a 4K camera. And as we all know, the camera that's in there was capable of 4K. It needs a firmware update to do that. But they're going to give it a new gimbal, a new, you know, better 3-axis gimbal up front. You know, add a active track 2.0, you know, panorama mode. You know, some things to really tweak this, because it's a, you know, it's DJI's price point leader. And, you know, I have 2,600 people in my Spark group. I get 2 or 3 a day every day, 365 days a year join from around the world. It is a very popular drone. People really like it. When I went up to my daughter's wedding in Ohio in 2017, I didn't take my Mavic Pro. I took the Spark. The Spark in my carry-on. It was in my carry-on. It's because it's so easy to do that. Okay. It really is. So, expected at 499. Yeah, I think they're right here. And, people are talking about it being under 255 grams. That's not going to happen. Okay. That's something I can say it's not going to happen. As far as that's concerned. And I want to make this clear. Okay. There is no drone that is going to be on this announcement tomorrow. I want to be 100% crystal clear about that. I think that's something you can take to the bank and deposit it all day long. Okay. You're going to see the Osmo Action. That's it for tomorrow. Okay. Hay was talking about a July timeframe, which is actually pretty soon considering, all things considered, and one of the things that I think you need to understand here, and I know Bill Thomas and I had a real good discussion, and Ron Brown as well, what it takes to get a drone to the market. Okay. Meaning, okay. Let's say for instance, and I'm just using this as an example. Let's say my good friend Kelly Shores from Ready Set Drone and Rick Smith, they were beta testing the Spark 2. Okay. They were probably doing that last month if they were under an NDA. Okay. Because DJI wants, when they're doing that beta testing and they're under an NDA for that, they have to do this probably 2 or 3 months out of when they're planning on releasing something like this. All right. And DJI really gets a lot of valuable data from these beta testers that go out there. Even more, they look at that as real world. People like Kelly and Rick, they look at that as real world, use of the DJI Spark. And that data and their feedback is so important to DJI. Okay. Number one. And number two, to realize, let's go back to October 2016. All right. When we had the, Mavic 2 Pro, or the original Mavic Pro came out. All right. We all remember the fiasco on the shipping with that. And I know a lot of you felt that pain point. Okay. Ordering in October, not getting it till December. And I was lucky enough. I ordered mine in January. I got mine the next day from Florida Drone Supply. So, that's one lesson that DJI has learned. So they want to build up enough inventory. Now, if you're aware what DJI has done here in the United States, they used to only have a distribution center, and forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. It's Cupertino, California. Steve, you probably know it. I'm probably botching it totally, but it's out there. Okay. Now they didn't have anything on the East Coast. So everything that came to the United States came through that one point. Well, they found out that they needed to add other distribution centers here in the United States. So I know they added one over in Atlanta. And now a lot of my stuff will come through Atlanta down here in the Southeast. And I'm almost positive, and I think Rick could probably corroborate this, I think there's one in New Jersey as well to serve the East Coast. And I think there's 2 on the West Coast. So, they have multiple entry points now for distribution centers here in the United States. Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. I got that right. I don't know if I botched that or not. Having these multiple distribution points here in the United States means that they're going to get the product out quicker. All right. And I can tell you, and a lot of you who got the Mavic 2, when you ordered it that day, I believe it was less than a week I got it. Okay. And it came, now those came directly from Shenzhen. Okay. They weren't from the United States distribution center. They came from Shenzhen. All right. And that's amazing considering everything involved, and it's free shipping. All right. And that I think is absolutely fantastic in and of itself. So, all that being said, they have to build up the marketing. They have to put together, these presentations, it will be an event. All right. This would not be a web-based kind of deal here. All right. It's something that you would see, if I have the, if it's not around when my daughter's having my first grandchild, it may be something I might be able to get to because I know I'll be invited to it. But, DJI events are incredible, and there's a lot of planning and logistics that have to go into an event like this, and how they do that. And so you can see it's a process. It's just not making the drone itself. It's getting it out to beta testers, getting feedback from them, maybe doing some tweaks before the final production model. Because a lot of times what the beta testers get, it's not a final production model. It's not what you and I as consumers get. So, a lot of times they come in very generic type boxes when you actually get them. It's not the box with the white box with the nice picture on the front, and it's not all laid out and everything. It's like you get the drone, you get the batteries, you get a charger, you get the controller. I mean, it's boom, 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 and they probably give you some type of instructions with it, but probably not a lot. So, a lot of times you got to try to figure this out themselves. Yeah, it will be pomp and circumstance, Steve. You're right. I mean, DJI, I can't tell you enough. Watch my video that I have, the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. It's 6 months. The second one, which is more of like a vlog, I can't emphasize, it was in Dougal Greenhouse over in Brooklyn, okay? And I can't emphasize to you enough. I mean, this thing was like maybe 5 or 6 stories inside, but it was all, floor to ceiling space. And it was incredible. You could see, through the glass at the back, you could see Manhattan across the river, bridges one side to the other side. I mean, it was an amazing place. They served wonderful, little hors d'oeuvres and finger foods, and had orange juice and water to drink. It was done right. I mean, they did everything right there. So yeah, this is going to come. This is going to come in July. The price point, hey, said, $499. I don't see any reason why to doubt that, because I think, again, they want to keep this cost effective. Okay. And this is what I consider, a Spark 2. Yeah, it will be called a Spark 2. It's more, it's a huge, I mean, that camera is a huge tweak. Okay. And to be able to get, 4K 30 frames per second from this camera. I mean, for me, I absolutely love taking pictures with a Spark. The pictures from the Spark were fantastic. All day long and twice on Sunday, I love the pictures from them. However, that video, it left a lot to be desired, especially, I had the Mavic Pro at the time. It really, really was different. So, that's what I can say about that. So, what can I say? Marcus, they need to work hard to improve on the original Spark. It's an amazing piece of tech at amazing price. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Marcus. I mean, the price point on this, and this is something that I think gets lost with a lot of people, is, how popular the Spark is. I mean, it's still selling well. You probably can only find like white out there right now. From what I hear, that's what most distributors have, is white. They don't have, the yellow, the red, the other colors, that they're not out there right now. I had a yellow one, which I really kind of liked it. And, I absolutely loved my time with it. Absolutely. I got good money for it when I sold it, which was good. And it was somebody that was really looking forward to getting it and using it. And, I hope he's had a good time with it. And, would I get a Spark 2? Absolutely. 4K 30 frames per second, an improved gimbal, 18 minutes versus 16 minutes of flight time, tweaking that flight time. I only wish that maybe that they were doing maybe new ESCs and some quieter props, although the Spark wasn't as noisy as that Mavic Air. Oh my gosh. To me, that was the Mavic. That's the Mavic Air. It's one of the pain points of the Mavic Air are those doggone props. I mean, it just really, there's a lot here. So yeah, we got this to look forward to in July. This is coming up. And I think, this is nice. It's some excitement here, guys. We haven't had anything going on for a long, long time. So this is something that's going to be good. Okay, Lauren, DJI Osmo Action 1/2.3 inch, 12 megapixel CMOS image sensor, Sony IMX377 Ambarella H2 image processor, FOV 145 f2.8. Okay, Lauren, thank you for posting that information. That's great. It's going to have 4K and look very close to the Mavic 2, but the Mavic already has the OcuSync advantage. OcuSync is a high wattage antenna amp. Yeah, Cliff, you're right. And you know what was amazing was, and I don't know, Cliff, if you saw the episode on, when we had Rick Smith on Coast to Coast Drones, he was telling us that Lightbridge actually costs more than OcuSync for DJI to make, believe it or not. And I mean, I know I've talked to Joe here, who has a Phantom 4 Pro with Lightbridge in it. And, he's flown near electrical lines and it's really caused a lot of problems. So, but I can tell you, my Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, boy, I tell you what, having that OcuSync 2.0 is stellar. And I am very anxious for them to get that firmware update, to be able to hit that up with the smart controller. So, guys, make sure you check out, I do have a new video on the smart controller out. It's my unboxing, setup, binding, and first flight. I also did one over the weekend, and I found out there was a problem with getting YouTube live stream on it. And the reason there was a problem is they have a problem with their browser, the Lightning browser. So what I did was I downloaded an Opera Mini browser, and it ended up working. Now, I downloaded it directly from Opera's website. I didn't use an APK to do that. And I know I've had a couple of people send me some emails about that, but go check that out. I did get it to work, and I was really pleased with that. Also, to let you guys know, the map was black on my screen grab from my first flight using the smart controller. And the reason was I didn't hook it up to Wi-Fi when I did that. That was my bad. So I'm going to do, I'm going to get that corrected over the weekend and try to get that out. So, but yeah, tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is an absolutely big day. I encourage you at 9:00 Eastern time to go ahead and, yes, I will, Eric, count on it. Now, I did hear that it does work with it now. Frank from Carolina Drones told me, but a lot of the camera app functions don't work with it right now. I mean, it's kind of unofficial. It's under the radar kind of a thing. So, but it does work. But, if you can't control the camera and can't do things with that, it's like, going to pass on that. Bill Thomas is in the house. Thank you for showing up tonight. Appreciate that. I can't say enough. Make sure you guys watch tomorrow night, Drone Therapy, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, on Bill Thomas's channel. It's a great show. I can't say enough about it. Can't say enough about Bill. Can't say enough about Ron. Make sure you catch Xeno Nation on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern with Ron Brown and Marcus Crawford, Idaho Quadcopters. Fantastic channel. They pay a lot of great homage to the Xeno. They talk about the Anafi. It always gravitates to DJI because everyone has DJI products there. So definitely check them out. And definitely tomorrow, be on board at 9 a.m. for the live stream from DJI. I know Ash from Droning On, he's going to have some videos out about 10. I know Rick Smith is. Make sure you try to catch as many of those as you can before noon, because Bill Thomas, Ron Brown, and myself, we will be on at 12 p.m. Eastern. So look for us on BillTheDroneReviewer tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. Probably only going to be about a half hour, 45 minutes. I work from home on Wednesdays, so I'm going to be taking my lunch break right at noon to do this. But be sure to look for us. We're going to try to shoot you straight. And I think it's going to be really good here, guys, because like I said, Bill owns the Osmo Pocket. Ron owns a GoPro Hero 7. And you'll get some honest feedback and reaction from all of us here. Do I know? And here's a question. I don't know if I'm going to get it yet or not, because I want to see what the specs are with this, and I want to see what the price is with this. So, those kind of things are important to me and are going to drive my decision on whether or not I get this. So just want to make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow. It's going to be a great day. It really will be a lot of fun. Also want to call your attention to this. I don't know how many of you know this or not, but I have I have another channel on YouTube. It's called Bill the Technology Reviewer, and it's more technology based. You know, I do smartphones, I do computers. I've done like a Midland crank radio. I've done a cooling system for my home theater system. Lots of great videos on there. Lots of good how-tos. You know, I just put on one on why I'm waiting for the Galaxy Note 10. I have a Note 8 right now. Definitely, you know, check that out when you guys get a chance. It's only about 117, 118 subscribers, and I'm starting to post out there regularly. So be on the lookout for that. There is a Bill of Technology Reviewer Facebook page. I do update that daily, like I do Bill the Drone Reviewer. So I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Steve Carpenter, Marcus, IntelliMax Multi-Rotors, Endrone One, Mr. Bill Thomas, Lauren, thank you for showing up. M-Drone, RCD Creations. Let's see who else. Floyd Motes was here tonight. Steve Carpenter was in the house. Eric Burton was here. Art was here tonight. I'm trying to look through and see who we got. Cliff Totten was here tonight. You know, I tell you what, guys, if you want to, Cliff is the camera expert of camera experts. Cliff, I need to have you on again. You know what? I'll email you and see if we can get you on a Tuesday Night Rotor Talk Live, and we can talk about the Osmo Action in detail and get your thoughts and reaction to it. I think it would be fantastic. So emails coming to you, Cliff. So if you've ever, Cliff was fantastic on the Mavic 2 Pro, you know, with the camera and everything that went on with that. He explained stuff in incredible detail. Just, you know, yeah, it was like this over here, but boy, he made it so even you know, I can understand it. So, Cliff, I'm looking forward to trying to get you on sometime in the not too distant future. So got an email coming, and we'll get a time together to have you on. So again, tomorrow, you know, 9 o'clock Eastern time, look for the announcement in the web-based presentation from DJI. 10 o'clock, there's going to be some reviews coming out, droning on. Rick Smith is coming out with his from Drone Valley. And then at noon, our show. There will be a link in the description for you guys to check out that show. Do not miss our show at noon tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. It's only going to probably be about a half hour, 45 minutes, nothing more, because I got to get back to work because I only have 45 minutes for lunch tomorrow. So it's going to be fun. Thanks so much for watching tonight, everybody. And remember, it's a great day to fly. Take care.